Hello everyone, watch this review here with a look at the Marvel Universe Series 2 Ghost Rider, and before we really talk about stuff, let's just get this out of the way. Yes, there's no bicycle, there's no Hellhog. Now, so far, Hasbro's given us two Ghost Riders, one on the 4-inch scale, one on the 6-inch scale, neither of which has had a motorcycle. Unlike Toy Biz, which was two Marvel Legends, both with motorcycles, then their Marvel Showdown figure also had a cycle, so, yeah. Now, what's kind of interesting is that they opted for a black leather jacketed Ghost Rider for the illustration, but the one in pack has a blue one. I don't think there's a variant, I can't remember. Could be mistaken. Of course, if you look at the promo photo here, it's a lot nicer in terms of paint. See, a lot of black shadowing and stuff that you don't see as much of on the figure, and I don't know, the paint on the skull seems to pop a lot more. But whatever. A little bit of a read up on the back. But hold on a second and we'll get them out of pack. Ghost Rider comes with the usual Series 2 swag, the little top secret folder thing which contains the little memo, which honestly aren't ever that interesting. A code, which almost never worked, and then a character card, which actually is the same image used on the packaging here. Although it always looks a lot more cool, cooler on the packaging for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's larger, or maybe it's because it doesn't have this really crappy blue swirl effect behind it. I mean, if they'd given it like a normal background, like if he was standing in a cemetery, the card would look a lot neater, but whatever. Then with the little character info on it. Yeah. Now, Ghost Rider, I forgot about talk about the base. He's got a base, but he can stand without it. Not all of them can. He also comes with this little chain here, with a translucent orange, which is the same used for the flame effect there. I wish it was more bendy, like it could actually hold the pose or whatever, but it's decent enough that it is flexible, because then you can probably just stick a little bit of tape on the end if you're displaying them on the shelf and you can be chaining somebody. If you notice, they did have little paints between the links, which is kind of neat. As for the figure itself, it kind of stands like crap. For whatever reason, the legs just don't seem to, I don't know, something about them just seems a little bit off. Like you can't get them to go 100% straight. And I'm not sure if there's like a rubber band going on here, or if it's just the knees, or I bet it's a whole bunch of little small things that kind of add up to one big nuisance. To give you some idea of scale, let's bring in the Wave 3 Iron Man. Not sure how, I guess he's supposed to be like 6'2", so I don't know, maybe that's right, maybe it's wrong. Otherwise, you know, we do have a fair amount of shadowing effects on the body. You'll notice a lot there on the torso, considerable bit down here on the legs. They used a shiny paint for parts of it, which I don't really get. It's especially weird because the shiny effect goes all the way up to here, but you don't have as much shine going above there, so it's just a sort of weird thing with the whole process, I'd imagine. But they used a really shiny black for the gloves as well, and I don't know why they would do that. Unless it's supposed to be like, rather than having leather gloves, he's got like pleather gloves or whatever. Yeah. Translucent orange for the flame effect. It's all just one color, nothing special there. Head has a ton of colors going on. It's really neat where you have this layered effect. I think they probably just gave a yellow wash to a white plastic head, then tossed in the orange paints for details. Which is cool, especially because the orange highlights for the mouth help the detail pop a little bit, which is always good. In terms of articulation, quick run through here. The head rotates, has a bit of up and down. You can also pop off if you want to pop off and just display the head separately, which you probably won't. It almost looks like the neck is designed to move as well, but I don't think it technically does. It's probably just because they use this as an added piece rather than sculpt the whole thing on. Torso joint, good forward back, full range. You will notice that all this detail here is sculpted in. And of course he's like a ton of sculpting in the arms there. Rotation at bicep, single joint elbow. Rotation at wrist. Rotation at waist. This was sort of when they started to go into the slightly better articulation on these, because before you just get the torso joint, which was always kind of lame. And due to the detail of the belt, that joint down there is pretty well concealed, which is cool. The legs kind of gimped. I don't know what the deal is with the joint, but it doesn't seem to go all that far out, but you know, it's kind of a ball joint. Rotation here. Double joint knee. And then at the ankle it rotates. It's got some forward back, but whenever I try to really force it, it feels like the joint's going to pop out, which definitely kind of sucks. At any rate, I'm not terribly impressed by this figure, and yeah, I never picked up the Showdown version either. Ghost Rider is one of those characters who, while he looks awesome and stuff, and you know, some of his stories are decent, is one that I've never really gotten hugely into. He's also a character whose popularity seems to like strangely ebb and flow. I remember he's pretty huge in the 90s and stuff, even with his own little toy line and crap. In addition to, I don't know, a ton of stuff he had going on, but you know, in recent history, I haven't really heard about him as much. But hey, you know, he's had 2 movies. Unfortunately, both of them have starred Nicolas Cage. So he's also had some of his own games too, I think now. Can't remember if any of them are good though. But yeah, this has been a look at the Marvel Universe Ghost Rider. I guess he's okay. Yeah. Until next time, folks. Oh, would totally like to see a Blaze on 3 3/4 inch scale. That would be neat because his design's a lot cooler anyway.